Everybody wants financial freedom. It is the ability to live life on your own terms, but here's the basic truth. Most of what you've been told is either incomplete or it could be completely wrong. And today I'm going to share you the real story, what it looks like to be financially free and have the freedom that you want. There's a point where a lot of people don't tell you things about financial freedom. And trust me, this is going to save a lot of frustration when it comes to financial literacy. Now, of course, financial freedom is not all about the numbers. People think I need 100,000, 500,000, a million, 2 million. It's not about the numbers, depending on how much money you're looking at, what that target is. When you reach that number, you'll realize quickly that you are not free. The reality is, freedom isn't tied to a magical number. It is more about your expenses, your lifestyle, and what you want to do and what income streams you can build to have that financial freedom. If you had $1 million, you paid off all your debt, chances are majority of people, including those who win the lotto, are completely broke within a couple years, which is kind of crazy. Someone with just 40K passive income, low expenses, can live incredibly and a lot more free than someone that's making $500,000 a year, has a huge debt, big lifestyle, and is really subject to lifestyle creep. So of course, calculate your freedom number versus the actual number based on your expenses. It's not about how much you make, it's about how much money you keep. And one thing I heard was the burn. So when you think about this, it's a very, very basic way to think about it. What is your monthly expenses? What is your monthly burn? What is your drop down number that you need to survive every single month, month to month? This can be determined by building out that budget, your spending plan, what it's going to be, but you have to make sure that you're outpacing the burn. And essentially, if you can lower the amount that you're using for liabilities, it can give you a lot more financial freedom. Now, also when it comes to financial freedom, it is not a one-time event. There is not a magical bell ringing, boom, you are completely done. It is a continuum. It is continuous. It is not a finish line that you're aiming for. Reality, it's kind of a sliding scale. The more that you get into financial freedom and the more that you really express it, generally, you can do two kind of variations. One is partial financial freedom, meaning you're debt free, but you're still working part-time. You're trying to outpace that burn. Your living expenses are covered, but you're not on the positive, or you're not at the point where you're generating enough income to really start saving. And then there is the full financial freedom, which is work is optional. You can go enjoy your life. You can do whatever you want. You're not reliant on that 9 to 5 income, which is a game changer when it comes to this. And again, it's not going to be a one-time event, because throughout your lifetime, there could be a point where you need a lot more funds or you need a lot more money. How are you going to generate it? What does it look like? Worst case scenario, you go, you get into retirement, you are financial free. You have to go back to work because all of a sudden you didn't plan properly, you didn't save enough. There is, and a lot of people want to hit that financial freedom, including myself, long before retirement. I want to make retirement, and when I get there, I want to do what I want to do, not relying again on working a part-time job or having a 9 to 5, doing financial literacy, doing education like I am here at YouTube, generating enough revenue out of that to replace the full-time income, and just living almost a debt-free life in its entirety. The sooner you embrace the journey, the less that you will obsess about getting there and moving into the journey. Now, this is a big one, and it took me some realization to get it. Passive income isn't 100% passive. Think about this for a minute. Everybody, all the financial educators, literacy, all the gurus talk about making passive income. You hear them say, just build your passive income streams and you're completely done. Thing is, a majority of them are not 100% passive, whether it's buying rental property, getting dividends, online businesses. Most of them do require some sort of maintenance, even if you're putting money into the stock market and it is generating dividends. What if something changes? What if there is a fallout? How could you handle it? Mentally, psychologically? The freedom comes from being able to just manage those income streams, not the one where you're generating income yourself, but having income that is, again, kind of semi-passive, because you're looking at getting into something that is low maintenance, high leverage assets. When you're looking at index funds, when you're looking at something that you could possibly outsource to another individual, that is a point where, again, it is not going to be 100% passive, which is what most people talk about. Now, when it comes to the biggest one, and that I see around here, lifestyle creep will rob your freedom in its entirety. When your income grows, it's very tempted to upgrade your car, upgrade your house, upgrade your vacations, upgrade everything in your life, including technology. But the bigger problem is bigger lifestyle equals bigger bills, puts more pressure on the budget, and to keep earning that paycheck. And this can keep you in that paycheck to paycheck cycle forever. Now, when we look at a couple making $250,000 a year, living absolutely paycheck to paycheck, but I've also seen people that are making 70K a year with no debt, full flexibility to do whatever they want to, instead of living that paycheck to paycheck lifestyle. And it is really up to you to break that cycle. Keep your expenses in check to buy your time back, not just things. Now, a really cool fun experiment that I did during my master's program is take a look at your budget and really equate how much you're paying in interest. What is it eating into your time? So if you're an individual that's making $20, $25, $30 an hour, how much are you paying in interest in relationship to your time? So if you're paying $300 a month, guess what? You are going to spend 10 hours every single month at $30 an hour just to cover the interest cost of what you already have. And for a majority of people, it's usually a week to a week and a half just to cover the interest costs of a mortgage, a car, student loans, credit card debt, everything else that we have. You want to buy your time back and you want to get your time back, because freedom is more about time than it is about money. If you ask yourself, if I had all the money in the world that I needed, what would my day look like? That's right. People want control over their time regardless of what they have. You can choose when, you can choose where, you can choose how you work. You could even choose if you want to work. This is the time when you start reclaiming that before you hit that financial independence, meaning that you can go to remote jobs, flexible lifestyles, side hustles are enough to cover your expenses, and you can truly be free and have that financial freedom without the burden of those expenses. Now, your health is a financial asset. This is something that a lot of people do not understand or do not get. What is the point of having all the money in the world, being absolutely rich, if you're completely burnt out or too sick to enjoy it and enjoying your life? Financial freedom means being healthy and having and using your time well to make the most of it. And again, taking time outside of work, investing in your health, exercise, nutrition, stress management. There's so many things that are so important personally, physically, mentally. Just like you invest in your portfolio, you have to take time for yourself and making sure that you do invest in yourself. Now, of course, none of this means anything at all unless you have a purpose, not just a bank balance. This, again, is super important. Many who make it end up feeling completely lost when they have hundreds, millions, even billions of dollars in the bank because they don't see the future and see what is next. Freedom without purpose will be completely empty. And for a lot of people, that is exactly how they feel. This means you start exploring your passions, your hobbies, your causes, so your freedom has a direction when you actually get there. And make sure, guys, because remember, financial freedom, just like a budget, just like financial education and literacy, is not a one-size-fits-all dream. It is very independent and will change from person to person. Not about chasing one person's version of success. It's about designing a life that you can completely control, that is rich in time, rich in health, and of course, rich with a purpose. So starting now, cut out the noise, focus on your freedom. Remember, the goal is not just to have more money, but it is to enjoy more life. Now, if this really opened your eyes, hit the like button, subscribe for those practical money tips, and drop a comment. What does your version of financial freedom look like? And I'll catch you in the next video.